suppose that P of X is a person, and F of X means X is a fish, and we don't have S, but S of X is X can swim, right? So this will give us enough to do some interesting stuff to work with. So give me a few sentences that we should translate so I don't bias things by giving related sentences. Yeah.
All fish can swim.
So, okay, all fish can swim. Right, what else? Maybe let's add one more thing here to make it super complicated. So, person, fish, can swim, and,
Be the same or something?
huh?
Like a person and a fish.
I want
can
something
swim.
with two parameters, like, about E, A comma B means A eats B. Right? So, you know, like all people eat fish or something. Or all fish eat people. About some fish eat people. Yeah.
Some, not all people who eat fish can swim.
Oh, that's a good one. Not all people who eat fish can swim. Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. So let's do some translation. Okay. So, and with most of these translations, there's more than one translation, right? For each thing. So, for example, all fish can swim can also be there doesn't exist anything that's a fish that can't swim. Right? You with me? So we can kind of try and do them both ways. So all fish can swim could be for all X. Let's see. If X is a fish, then X can swim. Right? So for all X, if X is a fish, that implies X can swim. Right? But we could also say there is no X, there doesn't exist an X, such that X is a fish and X can't swim. Right? All people eat fish. No matter what X I pick, right? There's going to be a Y, such that if X is a person and Y is a fish, then X eats Y, right? Yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah.
So if I want, if in my sentence that it has to have why.
Yeah, I mean, this is right because the thing is here, if I say for all X P of X, that means everything in the world is a person, right? And if my domain is just people, okay, fine. But if my domain is more than just people, kind of not so fine. Okay, yeah.
The book had it a slightly different.
Okay, so let's see what the book does.
So it's the bird one, but
Okay, that's fine.
for all X, parentheses, P of X implies
There exists, right?
there exists a Y, and F of X, or sorry, F of Y, and E X Y.
Right. Yeah, I'd say that's actually even better. For all X, if X is a person, then there's some Y that is a fish that X eats. Yeah, I would say that's a much better one. Can we translate this one to this one? If person is X and fish is, there's some Y such that, yeah, I suspect that these two are equivalent. I think this one I liked the translation better.
Yeah, and instead of the and right next to there exists a Y, it would be like another set of things.
Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. No, that's terrible. Yes, thank you. right? So for all x, p of x implies there exists a y such that y is a fish and eats xy, and let's get our parentheses right here. And that's why the chalk is just like totally wrong. There, yeah, absolutely. Some fish eat people, right? So there is at least one fish that eats people, right? I guess let's say some fish eat all people. There, don't discriminate. So there exists at least one x, let's do it this style, such that some fish eat people, such that x is a fish, right? And for all y, if y is a person, then the fish eats them. So let's see, what do we got? So that's one piece, and then do that. And let's do that other one super quick so we can do some example of propositional logic, and then I can run away and make sure I meet the school bus on time. Not all people who eat fish can swim. So that means there exists somebody in the world who eats fish, right? And who also cannot swim, right? Oh, sorry. Not all people. So there exists an x such that x is a person, and x eats any old fish you want, right? But x cannot swim. Right? So let's see. There exists an x such that for all y, so not all people who eat fish can swim. So there's some person who eats any fish you want but can't swim. So there exists an x for all y such that person x and we're going to go back to that other thing again. There's some x who is a person and for all y if y is a fish, that implies that x eats them. Right? So there's an x who is a person and who eats any fish you give it them, but who still can't swim. Right? So there exists an x such that x is a person, and for all y, if y is a fish, that implies that x eats them, and it's also the case that x can't swim. Right? We could also say there exists an x such that x is a person and x can't swim, and for all y, x eats them. Right? We can reorder because and is commutative.